I was gonna wait until I got until like later on to do this, but when the chapter came out, I was like, you know what? I might have to record before I go. So let's go ahead and jump right into this chapter because this was mind blowing. So One Piece chapter 1155 titled The Rocks Pirates. So let's go ahead and get into the chapter because last chapter we get introduced to Rox D Xebec. No silhouette, no shadow figure. Oda just gave us Xebec. Rocks. And let me tell you in this chapter, once we break it down and get to this chapter, you're gonna be like, this man is crazy. I was surprised when I read like half the chapter and I was like, let me stop here so I can put this out. This man has done some feats that no man in One Piece has ever done. And it's surprising enough for anybody else. So let's go ahead where we start from the where we left off, where Rox asks Loki, hey, or do you know where Harold is, or are you the son of Harold? So that's where we left off last chapter. So here we go, as Loki is telling Xebec Rox that, yeah, he says this is Elbath, but Pops ain't here, basically. He's on a voyage right now. So Loki's like, yeah, he ain't here. I mean, he's out and about, basically. Yeah, y'all. And he even Loki is surprised that like this is his first time. This is his first time seeing human. Like tiny ants and stuff that's been moving around because Hero thought the same thing and then got verbal action from his first wife and then we all know what happened to the second wife. Well deserved. So he says, y'all puny humans, this is the first time or first I ever seen one moving around for real. And I guess that's Stussy that says how cute. Not Stussy. No, Buckingham. I don't know why I went to her straight to that, but and then Rock said, hang on, did you just say Pops, you're Harold's kid? And he also and continues to say, I'm guessing he can still be reached even if he's away, right? And then Rock says, what's your name, basically? Loki. All right, Loki, just do what I tell you. And he starts commanding Loki, said, head on home, get someone to send urgent word to your pops and tell him to say, Look has been seriously hurt. You got to return to Elbath at once. I will say this. The reason why Loki thought of this, like, oh, you can tell me what to do. And another thing is the people of Elbath hate this man and think of him as a curse. Do you really think that someone will listen to what Loki says? Just saying. I mean, the evidence pointed last chapter and the chapter before that. Boom. So, Loki says, watch your mouth. Do I look like or that I take orders from in human, basically? So Loki got pissed at that, at Rox, basically. And, Rox didn't take kindly to the verbal action he was getting. So, he had to show Loki, why he was him, why he's the legend, the one that's gonna put everybody on their ass. So narrator comes on and says this. Rock's swordsmanship was renowned for its brutal impact akin to a giant hammer or a cannon fire. It was said to blow everything in the surrounding vicinity away. So you telling me this man is more powerful than anybody that's been so he's basically a top tier swordsman, better than Goldie Roger. That says a lot. That says a lot about Rox himself. So what ends up happening? Well, I mean, he beat up Loki, basically showing him his swordsmanship. And he says, well, there we have it. I guess we have a hurt Loki has been injured now. So yeah. And narrator comes on again. Harold's path crossed with this man once before. It happened during Reverie that year. So I'm guessing actually, ooh, wait a minute. I think it was two chapters. It was chapter 1053 53, if I remember, because that was when or it was either 52, 53, or 52 or 53 that Harold went to not the Rev I think it was Reverie, but to Marijois and or to the world government to negotiate, and that been broken down. But at the same time, he snuck back in and got like an audience with the other kings, basically. And then I wouldn't say situation happened, but a like event happened at Reverie that caught everybody's attention, and that caused enough commotion to sneak Harold into Reverie and meet the other king. So, to put it mildly, that's probably was Rox doing some shit to cause that commotion. Anyways, someone attacked and kidnapped 5 of the kings. Unbelievable. That big man in black has to be. Ian says the lives of those sovereigns cannot be used to extort Mew. So here's the part that blew my mind. I have to stop here. You're telling me there was one man that stormed Marijois and got to Eam first and saw his figure? I don't believe that. I do not believe that. And you can tell this is Rox too because of where he wears. But Eam is just sitting right there, and you got Rox just sitting with a pistol. And this man, and we couldn't get, and Eam is still in silhouette, but I think we got like a better look at who this could be a female. Because look at the figure. Another thing is, I mean, this man walked in Marijois. Do you know how tight the security has to be for this man, like back then, to actually storm the front of this castle? Especially you got 5 Gorseys. Where was the 5 Gorseys too? That's another point too, because if this man was able to sneak in or either storm Marijois and kidnapped 5 kings and got to Eam, where the hell was the 5 Gorsey at that time? Because they got to be knowing that this man was going to make a beeline towards Eam at the time. So that's kind of, yeah. And Rock says, no kidding, but it's through the Holy Land into total chaos, didn't it? The incident will be the first and the last of its kind. Well, I mean, we did have a second incident, and that was the revolution of like Fisherman Tiger. I mean, if you remember how he climbed the red wall up to, or the Red Mountain, and got to Marijois, and we all know what happened. He freed all the slaves and burnt Marijois to the ground. Almost did, attempted, and almost did it. But that wasn't his goal. His goal was to free all the slaves, basically. But look what happened. So I don't know. That was the last of its first kind. But I mean, and then you had the Revolutionary Army rescue Kuma. So that was a third time. Just saying. You're saying that was the last of its kind. But you got 3. Or are you talking about getting to Eam? Yeah, right. I don't know. Anyways, an interior made all the way to the flower room, hidden deep within the Holy Land. So this man has really, really, really gotten deep into the Marijois and got to Eam, which that's a fucking feat of itself. I mean, come on now. I mean, another thing, where the hell was the God's Knight? You have the 5 Gorsey and the God's Knights on standby. I'm just saying, where was that at? And you just have, and by the way, this right here, this looks like Gunko right here. And we got the full name, by the way, which I'll reveal that later on. Final thought. But there it says the man claimed to be a Davy Johnson pirate. He knew there was nothing more he could do in that moment. So he withdrew with these words. Just wait. One day I will be back. Now, outside of Reverie, we go back and the narrator comes on and says this again. Naturally, this incident would never be brought to light. Ironically, on that very day, there was another intruder in the Holy Land. So, I mean, to be honest with you, Rox wasn't the only intruder. Check this out. If Rox was able to infiltrate Marigeois this easily, I mean, like I said before, where are the five Gorsei? Okay, this shouldn't be this easy to get into Marigeois. And where's the God's Knights, by the way? I mean, shoot. Well, we're about to but anyways, now you got the whole celestial dragons in Marigeois all up in the uproar, you know. So one of the celestial dragons says, "Look, it's so much bigger than a normal giant. I want it as a slave. No, we should kill it and have it stuffed." What? Guards protect the nobles. And this is the one of the guards that protect the celestial dragons, not the God's Knights, which is kind of shocking. Where are they at, by the way? And you just see King Harold running through the castle grounds. I won't say castle grounds. I guess the city grounds while on fire in Marigeois. And he says this, "I'm sorry, the negotiations went south, and I know trespassing is a crime. No, it isn't a crime. It's punishable by death, or you taken by a slave. So, or you." I mean, I guess killed from what the other celestial dragon says. So yeah, there's that. But isn't all this going a bit too far? And he ends up saying, "Don't let the king napper get away." Wasn't me, I swear. So they mistaken King Harl as a kidnapper, even though Roxy Xebec was the one that kidnapped five people? I think it was 5 people. 5 kings to the reverie to get in. I think that's actually how he got in. Because of the 5 kings. He kidnapped them, basically. And narrator comes back and says, "Oh," or no, it was an announcement. Sound an alarm. An admiral was murdered. The culprit ran towards the castle. Proceed with caution." And you just see King Harald on fire, running towards Roxy Xebec, running also towards King Harold, that currently on fire right now. So they look at her as wait a minute. And King Harold even said it too. "That must be the guy who kidnapped the kings. How dare he use me as a scapegoat? I'll show him." And Rox looks at him, looks at King Harold and said, "A giant in the Holy Land? Don't your kind lurk in them boonies?" And you just see these two take out their blades, their swords, and clash. And you just see Conqueror's Hockey spilling out everywhere, or Black Lightning spilling out everywhere. And that causes a a bigger impact than you should even realize from a strong person that is deemed the worst possible person to ever rule the world, and a giant that has ancient giant blood in him. So what happens to those between those two clash? You get a wave of energy just focused on a single point. You know what I mean by a single point. 2 clashes make a shockwave, and not good. I mean, well, it's good in this sense because they're in Holy Marigeois, and mind you, they need to go down. Yeah, I mean, everybody should know this watching One Piece, that the worst people in the One Piece world is the celestial dragons and the world government. Well, the world government is not that bad yet, but it's the people behind it. Celestial dragons, Marigeois, the Fire Gorsei. Take them out the picture. There you go. So yeah, as soon as they clash, and after they clash, Rox tells King Harold what's his name, and Harold the king, or Harold told his name, it's Harold. And Rox says, "Well, I'm Rox D Xebec." And occasionally Harold says, "Angle your next strike towards the town. They'll enslave you if you get caught." And and I guess that's what happened at the end, you know? And narrator comes on and says this: "The clash between the two strangers strangers blew away everyone within a 5 kilometer radius. 5 kilometer radius. In case you don't know, that's what that looks like. 5 kilometer radius. Holy moly. So that would have, like I said before, that would have done some damage. That's hockey. That's two. Okay. That's having Shanks using Divine Parcher as at his full power, and having Mihawk using his full power, which we still don't know what kind of techniques he's be using, which, mind you, we haven't. They don't even show it in the anime or the manga, so we don't know what kind of swordsman Hawkeye Mihawk uses or techniques. I mean, sure, though, the best thing we know about him is he likes throwing out shockwaves at people. I mean, energy blasts or energy slashes at people, and we've seen that before at Marineford. There you go. Here you go. Image of him doing that Marineford, which that's kind of that's what we got. So it continues. How do I get to Elbath? The new world is that way, as Horo says that. It said, yeah. I mean, if you want to get the new world, it's that way. If you survive this, let's meet again, Horo. Horo says, don't be ridiculous. If I ever associate with a criminal like you, and Rock says, what the, you really gonna seriously just gonna jump off the edge? I mean, you can't go through the other way. I mean, look where you are. You're in enemy #1 territory. You are the perpetrators that broke in Marie's Wall, so you can't do it the normal way, and you got Marines surrounded by you, so there you go. And the narrator comes on and said, Rox had taken down a Navy admiral just moments earlier. I wonder who the admiral that Navy admiral that Rox took down. I'm very curious. It can't be it's around Rock's era and I would say Goldie Rogers era. So yeah, that's about around that time. I wonder who he took. I wonder who he took it out. I want to know who the admiral is. That's kind of interesting, you know. It has to be before, not the current, like Akainu, Kizaru, and not Balserino. What's the other one? Aikiji. So yeah, it has to be before them. Anyways, despite all the efforts to save him, the admiral did not survive. Obviously, you're dealing with rocks. I mean, show no mercy. It was deemed the most grievous of sins. In the blink of an eye, Rock's infamy boomed. The event sent a powerful shockwave throughout the seas. So we do see his wanted poster, but we don't know what his bounty is. I'm betting it's like 5.1 billion berry bounty. I mean, no, let me just stop there. No, I bet you his bounty is like 6.1 billion berry bounty, because I say 6.1 billion with a big B at the end. Berry bounty is because I really want to say it's because he broke into Marie's Wall. No. The crime, the serious sin he actually committed was he broke into Marie's Wall, went to the deepest part of the Marie's Wall, and saw what Eam looks like. You telling me that you went to the deepest part of where Eam was, and you saw Eam's face? Eam was looking at Rox like, oh, I think Eam knew Rox was there. And as soon as they were talking, Eam looked at him. It's like, what the hell? You need something? Or do you need something? Or what? And I bet Rox is just waiting for he's done talking to Gunko, because that is Gunko, by the way. Saint Gunko. I bet you that Ross was just sitting there just doing this like, you're done? I mean, come on now. I mean, speed this up so we can talk. But I bet you Rox D. Xebec is the only person that knows what Eam looks like. Because ain't nobody has the balls to go deep into enemy territory and announce that I will be back here. Now, we don't know that. So I'll probably address that as final thoughts. But hey, who knows? Anyways, the event sent a powerful shockwave throughout the seas. Yes, we know that. And then, sometime later, a ship carrying a great amount of celestial tribute to Marie's wall was attacked. The gates of justice were destroyed and the attacker fled the scene. The stolen funds were later used to support Rock's pirate activity. Wait a minute. So the tribute, I understand. That I understand. But you're telling me, you're talking about this, right? You're talking about this, right? You talking about this? You're talking about the gates of justice. You're talking about the gate of justice, the one that if the pirate goes through and ain't coming back alive. You're talking about the same justice gate, the gate of justice that like can't be destroyed. And all of a sudden it was destroyed. Is that what you're telling me, Oda? Okay, now I got to wonder what kind of devil fruit does Rocks have? Because it can't for him to like do all this kinds of shit, he has to have a devil fruit. You know? I mean, if he's just like Roger, Wild Devil Fruit, then I would understand that because those two were competing to be king of the pirates. I mean, that's Pirate King level. And even, I would say, Goldie Roger by himself, but it did state, Oda did state in one of his chapters that, or Garp said it himself, I had to rely on pirates or no. I had to rely on Goldie Roger himself to team up with him to bring down to bring down Rocks himself. That says a lot of what this man is capable of by himself. Now, like I said, Devil Fruit is another thing, but if it's just him by himself with no Devil Fruit, like Goldie Roger and Garp himself, we may got some powerhouses on our hands, folks. I mean, Devil Fruit. I mean, we got King of the Pirates, King level here, man. It continues on. Until that point, Rocks had always acted against the world government, obviously because he's a pirate. But after that, he started to target pirates too. Well, never mind. After I read that, it was like, okay, I mean, he acted against the government too, but he also targeted pirates too. That makes sense. I mean, spare no one. I mean, this man was a menace to the world government and the pirates. You gotta think, this man didn't give a damn about which side is which. He's like, you know what? If you guys want a piece of me, I mean, you know where I am, you know where to find me. But just expect that I'm taking you down, taking your treasure, and well, I mean, any maps that you have, anything valuable to me, basically, yeah. Anyways, in the world of pirates, there exists long-standing tradition. Here we go. Known as the Davy Back fight. It all ties back together, doesn't it? It really does. It all ties back together. Pirate crews who compete in a series of matches, wagering their flags or even their crewmates in a truly ruthless game. Continues. Rocks used this tradition to build his entire crew. They had won many scoundrels to their side before they even had a flag. After that, they made their way to Elbaf. Yeah, that's how that actually was. And we just get this full-blown panel. Thank God Oda has answered his fans' call, because now we got the full damn crew. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at these misfits. I mean, we got a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. So yeah, and I was happy to see it. Anyways, back at the Elbaf Alcis Castle, you have what's his called? King Horo made it back to his home, Elbaf, which, thank God you just took your ass home, because anything else, I mean, come on now. And you just have King Horo seeing his son in bed and illness, and you just got Loki pondering and thought like, that really came back. Shocking. And King Horo says this: Rocks, I've heard all about your crimes. What are you doing here? And you got some people say, I miss you, Horo. Anyways, oh wait, so they did visit. Yeah, so you got Rocks and then King Horo. So Rocks did go visit King Horo. I was kind of confused. Anyways, Rocks says this to King Horo: you gotta join my crew. The world government won't hear you out, right? You get it now? The time has come. And you just see King Horo just says, yeah, no, don't be stupid, because if I join you, some shit is going to happen to my home to Elbath. That's gonna draw attention to my island, which we don't need that here. We're peaceful here. We don't need that. All the days of war and pillaging, we left that behind. So yeah. And he also says this too. I mean, I basically won't do that too to add on contest. He also says this, I won't join you also because of that, because of this reason, because all the things I did around the world, traveling around the world, and all the allies I built up will come crumbling down if I do that. So yeah. So everybody says this, or someone says, Rock says, what of it? Aren't those allies government pawns? What's the point of reaching for something that's impossible? You gotta level the playing field. Don't be a wet blanket, Harl. Elbath has the greatest warriors in the world. If something churns your stomach, you should just crush it. And you just got him and Rocks, King Harl and Rocks arguing back and forth like children basically. And you just got Whitebeard says this, and he say, hey, can you two just enjoy the damn meal already? Sheesh, basically. And King Harl says this, you guys should know that if you follow a man like him, you'll only be led to ruin. Well, we get some names and some titles attached, or future titles. Names and future titles of what they will become later down the line. So first is Shiki the Wicked, Shiki the Wicked Future Golden Lion. And he says this, following that moron, well, don't make me laugh. We're all completely out for ourselves. None of us would bat an eye if Rocks died. Boom. Number 2. But Miss Bucking, Miss Bucking the Tech Bandit. Buckingham Stussy. I think I said the first one right. But anyway, she says this. Well, that's not to say his plans don't have a certain appeal. They could prove very lucrative. Third, here we go. Don Marlin, gangster from West Blue. And you just got him rocking same thing with Cabane. Boy, what was his name? I know I said it right. Capone Beige. Yeah, Capone Beige. Yeah. And he's rocking the same thing, by the way. So I think he's from Capone Beige is from the West Blue too, also. And he's a gangster. So we all know that. A mob boss. There we go. He says this. Have you heard of, what was it? Hachinosu, the place they call the Island of Exiles, or even Pirate Island. Countries all around the world send their worst inmates there as a form of penal exile. This is true. Now, fourth member of the crew, Edward Newgate, future Whitebeard. It was meant to be a barren island with no food where all you could do was wait for death. Next, fifth member of the Rocks crew, Prophet Ochoku, future Commodore of Pirate Island. It all comes together, doesn't it? It all comes together. And he says this, but last year the survivors started banding together, and why do you think that happened? And now sixth member of the Rocks crew, Gunzai the Smuggler. Believe it or not, the island had a massive gold deposit. A shadowy organization found out and got involved. They helped the criminals amass a fortune. They really pissed off the government, basically. So yeah. Oh yeah, we're not done with basically with his crew, because more people get added to this crew. More people do get added. So yeah, here we go. These days, anyone who gets near the island gets sworn by the hardened criminals. They'll strip you of everything. I would say this too. I bet you most of half that people on that island during Rox's time had devil fruit power. I know it's hard, like shocking or not shocking to say, but hey, who knows where can you find like a bunch of people like that? So Rox says this. So then we cut a deal with the government. I asked, how much are you gonna pay us if we take that island back for you guys? Once we get the money, we'll take down the pirate island and split the mountain load of loot between us. But there's no way in hell we're just handing over the island and those criminals after that. Get it? So yeah, I'll take charge of Hachinosu and these well, not intelligent people under me will turn it into a pirate paradise. I can already see the government and Marines standing there like clueless dogs. Obviously, this is just a prologue to my life using that island as me base. I'll crush the Navy, bring the Holy Land crashing down, and after that, I'm going to be king of the world. So there you go. Future king of the pirates, people. And King Haru's listening to this like, well, your enemies are too big. You're picking a fight with the whole planet, basically. Rock's rebuttal to this is, so say what you want, say what you want. One day, someone's bound to pull it off. There is no such thing as a power that lasts forever. Join me, Haru. If we team up, we will be unstoppable. And you just got Loki standing up to the side like this, listening to this, to this conversation, by the way. And King Haru's off to the side said, "Quit inviting me. I told you I'm the king, remember?" And Roxy is saying this, well, that doesn't matter. I don't give a damn. I'm going to go claim it. The whole damn world. And Loki's this whisper that says this, the world, and narrator comes in. Loki suddenly realized he found salvation. 4 years passed. Haru continued rejecting the numerous invitations he received until one day, Rock's plan had finally reached its fruition. Backed by his monstrous crew. Here we go. He will send shockwaves. Set sail, you bastards. Throughout the world. The legend embarks. Break next week, and chapter 1005 or 1500, you get it. But final thoughts. Well, I will say this. Rox did say this. He did bring up this quote. I want to bring this up because this does come back. This does come back full circle. It really does. Pay attention, because this does like go into the present time, One Piece, where Luffy's at. There is no such thing as power that lasts forever. He does make a compelling point. There is no such thing as power that lasts forever. If you look back to Luffy's journey and what he has done to cripple the government as it is, and challenge the world government, and how Luffy is amassing this huge pirates around, gaining trust with everyone he meets. I'll say this for a fact of the matter, that the world government is starting to see some cracks in. I mean, Luffy already spooked the world government, if I can say this. I mean, not spooked, but he spooked him. That should say a lot about the threat that Luffy posed. Another fact, a matter, you have Rocks. I'm definitely going to hammer this in too, circling back to Rock, because ain't no way this man walked up to Eam the way he did and just sat there while Gonko's right there. She's a potentially god knight, about to receive some power of some sort. And then you got Rocks to the side just like waiting for Aim to stop talking to her or something like that. And Aim finally giving Rocks like attention or something. You got to think, like, how did for one thing, how did Rocks know where Aim was? That's the interesting part. And another thing is, I'm going to go ahead and say it again too, obviously. Where are the 5 Gorosei and the God's 9? That's not a security, that's a security route. Now, matter of fact, that's a hole in a security route. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way that you let Rocks into the Marine as it is while not knowing what's going on. I mean, how did this man kidnap 5 kings, or kidnap 5 kings? I don't know how. I think it's 5, but he kidnapped the king. But how did people not stop this man? I mean, I guess you have to be like godly strong to push back like rocks, but all you doing is throwing like pawns, like like foot soldiers at him. That's gonna that's what not gonna do nothing. I mean, come on, you can send 1,000 foot soldiers at rocks, and I'm not going to even sugarcoat this, but he probably just wipe them out just with a single slap, thrust of his sword, or shoot, he probably punched the ground or something. Either that, or uses Conqueror's Hockey and knock them all out. I mean, shoot, he's powerful enough as it is. So that's a great shocker for that. Another part I want to bring up is he knows what Eam looks like. Shocking, but this is true. This is very true. He's the only person that knows what's behind that silhouette. So what the hell, Oda? Why are you not giving us that silhouette? Take away the silhouette. I just want to see what that looks like. I surely want to see what that looks like, because we got him what rocks look like for how many years and how many chapters. But now we got him. We got rocks in the backstory, and it all ties back together. But we don't know what it looks like. Come on now. How long is Oda gonna keep Eam in silhouette? I mean, come on now. What else can I say about this chapter? What else can I say about? Oh yeah, he did say this too in the chapter. I will be back one day. And what did he say? Yeah, just wait, one day I'll be back. And Aim looked at Rocks like, you ain't gonna survive that long, because you're gonna be long dead by the time you get to that. And Rocks like, well, we're gonna see. I mean, I do got offspring coming soon, so have fun with that when you actually beat my son here. So yeah, I mean, shoot, I think everybody speculated that Rocks and Blackbeard had a connection. We just didn't know like the similarities of how that's gonna go down, right? I mean, there was a bunch of theories going around about Rocks and Blackbeard being the same thing. I mean, I've been hearing it a lot, but I don't know specifically, right? But hey, it is what it is. Aside from what else about this chapter, I mean, I guess we can say that Haro was also framed with Rocks. I mean, I also want to know what's Rocks' bounty looking like, because I'm betting his bounty has to be like not 300, not like 3 billion, not 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, 5 billion. It has to be 6.1 billion. Because you went deep into territory in Ridgewall and caused a ruckus, and you met with Eam himself, which personally you would have died on the spot if Eam like wants to fight you. Though we don't know how that confrontation will go, though. I mean, I'm just saying. But hopefully, if anybody got the same speculation as me, that if Rocks and Eam will fight, I mean, I don't know how that will go. But if Rocks decided to go straight to, let's say he amassed his big army, I would not put it past him to go straight to the world government instead of Marie's Wall and try that stunt again. And this time he amassed like a big ass army to bring down the world government. He even said this: no power. What did he say? What did he say? There is no such thing as power that lasts forever. So I wouldn't be surprised if you went back and spun the block on Eam again for a second time. Say, yeah, I got in for a second time. What's good? I even brought my entire crew this time. I mean, it was just it was just me. But this time I brought like an immense crew. What you gonna do about it? I mean, you don't got the Fire Gore said, well, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, can the Fire Gorosei even pull up a fight? I mean, who knows though? But I can imagine Rocks showing up at Eam in front of Eam was like, yeah, I told you I'd be back. What's good? I brought my whole crew and amassed all of these people, and mind you, they all got devil fruit. So yeah, you kind of fucked right there. And I also am more powerful than you. So yeah, you either gonna surrender and I might not kill you here, or we can fight it out and I'll take what's mine. I'll take everything. I'll burn this Marie's Wall to the ground if I have to. Well, anyway, he will do that anyways, because Marie's Wall and Celestial Dragons need to burn for all the atrocities they committed. It's a sin to let them alive. I mean, shoot, just look what what Don Flamingo did, and he has some secrets on him. Yeah. But if you like this video, this chapter, this bombshell of a chapter, if you new here, subscribe, like, and share this video to all the One Piece lovers. And comment down below if you think Roxy Xebec was the most powerful person in this chapter that would spin the block on, well, on Eam, on a world government. I think he would. I mean, not with it. I mean, you gotta really think. He got into the Marie once. I'll put $1,000 on the table for him to try that again. I mean, shoot. And he made it to where Eam was, so why not? And this was like Eam's own like personal garden he made it to. And I don't know if he was always there, if Eam was always there at the garden or at the throne, but I'm expecting he's always in the garden by himself, like always, like 24/7. And Rox was like, guess I take a gamble and beeline it there, and there you go. And he was sitting on a freaking rock the whole time. So yeah, thanks again, and see you next adventure. Laters, everyone.